Welcome to Point and Drink Adventure, a podcast where we talk about wonderful, delicious drinks and media, because this is our podcast, not yours.
Hey, I think you stole that from somewhere.
I know, where did I steal that from? With me always is Pam. Hello, Pam, how are you?
Hello, Michelle. I'm doing excellent. I'm looking forward to this episode. I'm foreseeing possibly a little slopiness by the end of this, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing about our episodes when I'm editing them. The start of the episodes is like nice and coherent. We're very like not too giggly. By the end of it, it's like slosh club.
Yeah. Just all decorum, just out the door, just like, woo. Yeah.
Yes, but why are we going to be so sloshy? Well, that's because mine has lipstick all over it, but look at this. Dirty martinis. We got a point.
Dirty martinis.
Are you a dirty martini? Are you a martini girl in general? I mean, you can have 50 million different martinis. Do you like them? Do you order them?
I like a martini that has some sweetness to it. So I don't generally go for just like a gin or a vodka martini. I generally go for something like a Cosmo or a sour apple or a lychee, you know, something a little easier to drink than just booze. I guess this isn't just booze. It's got olive brine, so, you know.
Yeah, it's just more salty and savory than it is sweet, I guess. But yeah, I agree. I usually never drink martinis. I don't know why. Maybe it's just, I don't know.
It's just kind of a lot. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's, you know, a mixed drink is good. A glass of wine is good. I feel like when you get into the martinis, like things go downhill or uphill really fast.
Yeah, this could be the greatest episode we ever record. We'll see in about an hour.
We will. Yeah.
But so I know you don't like vermouth though, and martinis traditionally have vermouth. Did you put vermouth in yours?
I did put vermouth in mine. I put in a half an ounce in each drink. Yeah, I mean, I think it does need, again, something to break up just the gin. But yeah, it's not something I ever really keep around the house or drink. But I haven't even had a sip of this, so I don't even know what tastes.
Oh my God! Well, drink a sip. Have a sip. Oh my God! You drink some olives. I know our buddy Trav will be super excited because he loves dirty martinis. But go ahead. Sorry.
I like olive brine.
I mean, that's really why we picked this, because we both love pickled things like olives and pickles. So
yeah,
this makes sense. And just look at this. Look at us. We're like, how many you have in yours? Like 3? I've got like 4.
I have 3, but they're gigantic olives. Like they're massive. So what is in this dirty martini?
Well, not traditionally. You can either go 2 ways with dirty martinis. We decided to go the gin way because gin is better than vodka. Let's be real. Sorry, vodka lovers, but I'm not a fan. At least with the gin, you get a little bit more botanical notes with it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. And
sure.
so we have 2 ounces of gin, half an ounce of dry vermouth, and then half an ounce of olive brine. I'm not going to lie. I put a little bit more in mine because I like it olivey.
Yeah.
And then do you shake yours or did you stir yours?
I shook mine in the new shaker that you gave me for Christmas.
Yay! Oh, I forgot. Is that copper? I forgot. Did I get you a copper one?
You did get me a copper one.
Oh, look at me. I'm so fancy. I love it. I was like, oh, I got you that? Oh, good job, Michelle. Yeah, so we're going to be like James Bond and have it shaken and not stirred.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Sean Connery.
Now, is it true? Because I've heard that you actually shouldn't shake it because it will like bruise the gin. Is that for real or is that bullshit?
That's bullshit.
Okay.
What? I mean, it's really a preference. It's like the beauty of a martini because you can do 15 million slight variations on the thing. Whether it's, do you want it more wet? You add more vermouth. You want it dry, you add less vermouth and just sprinkle a little bit in there and call it and just have it mostly gin. You can add bitters. You can add, there's so many like variations. You can conform to your preference. And shaking it versus stirring, technically speaking, when a cocktail is of just alcohol, so there's no like fruit juice or soda. I mean, you shouldn't shake anything with a soda anyways, but like, you know, no fruit juice or even simple syrup like that in order to complement it. Technically, you should stir it because you are incorporating the ice into it, and it kind of makes it of a more silky versus shaking, which is breaking up the ice cubes in a more violent manner. It makes it a lot colder. So, but you get more and more watered down, which I kind of like. And it gives more crystallized smoothie version of it when you shake it versus stirring. Again, this is a preference. You're not really bruising it. Like, what? It's not like, oh my God, I mean, it's an abusive relation. That's awful. Oh my God.
Jesus. We got real dark real fast. All right.
But, you know, traditionalists be like, oh, you should stir it. And you're just like, fuck it. I like it. I want to be like Sean Connery and be fucking sexy and have it shaken, not stirred, because I'm a rebel and I don't give a fuck.
Right. So, yeah, I made mine. What did I use? I used Gordon's dry gin because I still had that from our last gin cocktail, even though I bought Tanqueray because I thought I was almost out. But yeah, and I just got what's the vermouth company, the big one?
Martini Rossi?
Martini, yeah, that one. And then I did, because I made enough I doubled the recipe so that I would have enough for 2 as we're recording. And I did 1.5 ounces total olive brine. So I went a little heavier on the olive brine just because I like brine.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I want to taste these olives, obviously, as we have a bajillion in here, and I have the olives next to me too. It's going to be a struggle not to eat all of them. I put my extra like in a little separate glass on ice over here so I can just pour it as we go.
Yes. Yeah, I've just got mine still in my shaker, so with a little bit of ice in there. But yeah, I do like the ice to sort of melt into it, just dilute it a little bit, especially when it's something like this. Do you know where this came from? Like, who came up with the idea of pouring olive juice into a cocktail?
Not sure about the olive juice bit, but like the origins of a martini itself is very vague. Like, nobody really knows where it came from. There's like stories, oh my God, it was in this hotel or this hotel. Like, it was in New York, it was in New Orleans, you know, all sorts of things. What I've sort of found and sort of believe that it's derived from, like, made pre-Prohibition, early 1900s. It was very different variation in Harry Johnson's bartender book, which is one of the first bartender books ever created, but is sort of derived from a Martinez, which is gin, sweet vermouth, maraschino liqueur, and like some bitters, I think it is. So it's like it's like from that, but its own, but just a dry vermouth instead of a gin. And the whole incorporation of olive juice, no idea. It's some dude probably in a hotel, like post-Prohibition, who said like, because they also you can put it to make a Gibson. Do you just put like an olive in it? On an olive,
right?
An onion, cocktail onion. Yes, an onion. That's what it was called. Into it, and that makes it a Gibson versus a martini or a dirty martini. So it's like some guy, some douchebag in a hotel.
You know, what could go in here?
Yeah, pretty much. And then it just caught on, especially in the 60s when. Or 50s and 60s when clear drinks were really huge. It really caught on. You know, you see all those, was it the 3 martini lunches that were in like, what was it, Mad Men? That's what that big show that like,
I think so, yeah.
Really made it popular, but was really prominent back in the day.
Man, I can't imagine doing any work after a 3 martini lunch.
No, apparently you're more creative. We'll see how this goes in an hour.
I don't know, creative would be how I would describe it, but
more walls broken down, that's for sure.
There we go.
But yeah, not really sure. I don't think anybody really knows. A lot of things like that just sort of come into existence through our subculture, you know, our cultures and such. So, but yeah, I wish there was a method to this madness, but you know what? That's the best thing about alcohol. Nope.
Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. So in your ranking of cocktails now, since we've done a couple of these episodes, I mean, probably a whiskey sour is still always going to be number 1. But how would you feel about this cocktail? Like, do you enjoy?
I think it's like a once in a while thing. Like what I'm most looking forward to is eating these gin-soaked olives more than actually drinking the drink.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would still say like I love the whiskey sour. I really liked the Clover Club. This is a little bit on the strong side for me. Like I love savory things when it comes to food. When it comes to my alcoholic beverages, I like a little sweetness.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I never really order martinis at all. It's just not my thing. And I love alcohol-driven cocktails, like a Manhattan or Old Fashioned. I make all the time. Sidecar, which also it does have simple syrup to it and sugar. If you have a sugar rim, so there's that. Okay, that doesn't count. Never mind. Forget that one. I forgot I said that. But maybe it's just like, I mean, it's not like it's not good. It's very simple and it's really meant to be more nuanced than anything. You know, it's not a punch in the face like some rum drinks and tiki drinks, you know, where you have a lot of fruit and sugar punch in your palate. It's so
like
nuanced.
700 rum and pineapple juice I drank while I was in Belize.
Yeah. Which I'm sure were fucking delicious.
Oh, they were delicious. And those just went down like nothing.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a, you know, you're having a day. This is definitely a particular day that you definitely had this.
You had a particular kind of day. You want to give a certain impression, like I
want to have a fancy lunch.
Want to have a nap after lunch.
Oh my god, we're gonna get messy. But so that's our cocktail for tonight. We are going to be drinking lots of it, as I'm sure we'll take a break at some point to even make more because I'm already almost half of mine. Great. But we've been watching. And I'm so excited because we've actually watched 2 of the same things this time. I'm
excited about that.
Yes, finally. I was like, thank God. So let's start with you. What have you been watching?
All right. Well, I've been watching a lot of movies, but we'll start with the one TV show that we both watched, I think. And that is House of the Dragon, the new Game of Thrones spin-off kind of show. I watched it. I watched the first episode on the plane to MagFest, I'm pretty sure. And then when I got home, I watched the rest of it. This tells the story of the Targaryens, the dragon people in Westeros. And I wasn't going to watch it. Like the end of Game of Thrones turned me off so much that I was like, well, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to see that. But I've heard really nothing but good things, and I gave it a shot on the airplane because what else is there to do, and I really liked that first episode. So yeah, I really liked this. I think the casting is impeccable, especially in terms of, because there's a couple characters, well, it takes place over a number of years, and so 2 of the younger characters, Rhaenyra and something like Alice, Alicent, they start and they're like 15 and then they get older as it goes. And the casting, like looks wise, between the 2 actors in each time frame is amazing. Like so good. But yeah, so it just tells the story of, the sort of fight for power as things kind of break down and the line of succession starts getting messy and people have to fight for the throne.
Typical Game of Thrones stuff there. We're all going for the Iron Throne here. And yeah, I agree. I was apprehensive at first, like you, because the last season, again, just eye roll for days. That fucking last episode, just stupid. Someday we should talk about that just for like a half hour.
Just complain about Game of Thrones.
Pretty much. But this one I was very surprised at, especially because the tone was great, the pacing was very good, even as it took place over a period of at least 10 years from beginning to end. Again, at least it's hard to tell.
Probably at least like 20, 25.
Yeah,
Like it's, because the kids, like Rhaenyra's kids, I think are teenagers by the end, or almost 20 by the end, maybe. So yeah, it's a fairly long time span.
And to be honest, I was a little like, I knew ahead of time that the two main characters were going to change actors because it was all over the mother trucking internet. Let's
yeah.
And you know, us being late to the game, who can avoid it now? You know what I mean? I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But when you know it and you just eat and you can get over it very quickly because you know, like, that's the way they wanted to do it. I mean, even though the actor who played the original Rhaenyra is 22, it's not like she can't portray an older woman. It's still the between them, it's still very, very good. I was very surprised. They still had very similar, except for some of the nuances and stuff, but still very similar characteristics and stuff. And I like the Alicent, older Alicent, probably better than the younger Alicent, I think.
Yeah, I do too. I like both of them, but yeah, the actors are really great. I also really love Matt Smith in this.
Why is he so hot?
Why is he so hot? Because I don't generally find him that hot, but here he's kind of a dick, and I was like, oh, hot.
Right? What's wrong with this man? Yeah. I'm watching this, I'm like, why am I so attracted to you? God damn it, man. Like, and he doesn't I mean, he's an attractive man, but he has no eyebrows, so I'm like, why are you hot? I don't get it. But yes, he is fucking fantastic in this, and it just made me want more, especially when it got to the end and it ended and I went, no.
Yeah.
No, that's it? Oh, come on.
I know. I thought the ending was really good. I love how many dragons there are in this one, and especially like how different the dragons all are. Like there's huge dragons and ones that look kind of like grizzled, and then there's smaller dragons. And I really liked the sort of relationship of like people, you know, having a dragon egg put in their basket when they're a baby and all that stuff. I thought that was really cool. I really liked some of the character arcs, like what's his name, Kristen Cole's, his like heel turn, sorry, spoilers I guess, but and the other house of and like Rhaenyra's husband, like all of these like really good characters and really good character arcs that were really interesting to see. So I really enjoyed the first season.
Yeah, so did I. I want more. It makes me want to go back and watch the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones.
It kind of does, yeah. And then just forget that it continues.
Yep, yeah. And then just stop after. It was 5 or 6, whichever one. I don't remember at what point, but before 7 and 8, for sure. And just stop and just be like, yep, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But incredibly well done. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. I watched it in a couple days. It was insane. Good stuff. Should we talk about the other thing we watched together? I mean, let's just bounce it out.
Sure.
All right. So we watched The Menu, which is a movie that is on, what was it on? HBO Max. So it's a story about the pretentiousness and ridiculousness of fine dining, which I absolutely relate to because I used to, I've had many lives. And one of those lives, I worked in a very high-end, fancy restaurant. And so I thought this movie was fucking hilarious. Because I saw so many things that just pulled at my heartstrings that can really relate to somebody who worked in fine dining before. So pretty much the story is there's this couple, or you think is a couple. Spoilers. Spoilers. I don't care. Spoilers. There's this couple who are waiting for this boat, and they're going on a boat to an island to go have an experience, because that's what fine dining is, an experience. So you take this boat to this island it's like $1,200 per person to have this 5-course meal or something. Probably a 5-course meal. I forget which. To eat at a fancy restaurant. Very similar to one of the fancy restaurants that's in Norway that recently closed, like Noma, or that was the Spanish one. Noma was the fancy one that closed recently. Yeah. Very similar to that, where it's very secluded and you're just having all of the ingredients of the land, and the chef tells a story. They get onto the island and the people are like, yeah, we all live in this like one house with the beds like 2 feet away from
staff,
it. Yeah. And you're like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Sketchy. And it really turns into a sort of comedy horror where it turns into what's really going on here, what's going to happen. And I love that about it. And I love the little comedy bits into it, and how the whole everyone stops and stands up and and if you say yes chef, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting 10 years ago all over again. But yeah, it's with Anna Taylor-Joy, who is so big-eyed. Like we have big eyes.
In everything.
She's in everything. And we have big eyes. Both of us have very big eyes. This woman has like the biggest saucer eyes I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yes. Yes, the big doe eyes.
Big doe eyes. But what did you think of it?
So I enjoyed this sort of take on fine dining because, you know, I can be kind of pretentious, like give me a 9-course tasting menu. I'm there. Wine pairings, yes, all of it, love it. But the characters, especially Nicholas Holt's character, was just like so pretentious. It was just like, ugh. I'm not like this, am I? I don't think I'm like this. No. And just the way he was just, the chef is Ralph Fiennes, and the way he was just like hero worshipping, and his commentary on all of this stuff. And it's like, oh, don't smoke, you'll ruin your palate. Don't do this. You're disrespecting the chef. So I really liked that point of it. I did find it quite funny. A lot of the time, I felt like the horror aspect was a little bit lacking. Like it was kind of, there's a thriller and people are in danger and things. I think the problem I had is that it was the third in a series of sort of like Eat the Rich movies I've watched since we last recorded, and it was sort of the least hard hitting of them all. So I thought it was amusing, but like the social commentary was sort of a little up and down in terms of the movie as a whole. But I really liked all the performances. I really liked that Angela from Who's the Boss is in it. Haven't seen her in a long time.
I didn't realize that. Oh my god, that's great.
But it was good. It was very contained too, because for the most of like 90% of the movie, they're just in the dining room basically. So it's a very contained thriller. And I do like when the meals start coming out, and Anya Taylor-Joy is the one character who's not completely bought into this, and she's just like, the chef's just fucking with us, right? Like this isn't a real plate. Like this isn't a real course. Yeah, and I saw a lot of similarities in that. Like the social commentary is not agreed. The social commentary is not like hard hitting or $1,200 a head, and the one guy's like, I've been here 11 times in the past year and I can't name what the last dish was. Anything like that. Or the other douchebags who are just there because the angel investor is their boss or whatever, and they're just a bunch of tools. What resonated with me, and I didn't even I associated that, but what resonated with me was more so the commentary of that persona and how ridiculous it is. Like, you're trying to please these assholes, and these assholes give zero shits about you. Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care about you.
Yeah.
And that was
except the one guy who really cares.
And he was so obsessive and crazy, and that's also another side of that world that also drove me fucking insane. So all right, I'm gonna get on a hot take for this one.
Do it.
I hate the word fucking foodie. Anybody who considers themselves a fucking foodie, Just no. You never worked in the restaurant industry? No. That's just not don't say foodie to anybody who's ever worked in a fucking restaurant, because one, that's just douchebaggery up the fucking wall. And that's what he was, a foodie. You know what I mean? He just knew a bunch of things and knew a bunch of pretty words, but when it came down to it, he didn't know how to do anything. He couldn't present a somewhat even palatable dish that was even relatively cooked for a 2-year-old, let alone for himself. So it's just like, it's not knowing a lot about food or saying you dine out at a lot of different places doesn't mean anything. Nobody cares, all right? It's the love and the passion of the food. Like, I just get really annoyed when people call themselves foodie, because I worked in the industry. And so I saw that in him and I was like, oh my God. Which is exactly what it was trying to do. Is like, it's pulling at those heartstrings for me. I'm like, good job movie. Yeah. You did it. I love you. But yeah, I thought it was fun. Is it a great movie? No. But it was fun. It was good. It was, Ralph Fiennes is excellent as always. Like, why is he so great in just being a serious So good. But yeah, good movie. Highly recommend. Yeah. Especially if you worked in restaurants. Yeah. And don't worry, Pam. You can still go to eat 9-course meals. That's okay.
Thank you. I can also cook myself meals, so it's okay.
And you make the best fucking breakfast I've ever had in my life. So, yep. Yes, you can. What else have you been watching?
Okay, so I guess going on other movies, I watched a movie called Triangle of Sadness.
Ooh, this goes into what we just talked about, right?
Yes, it does. So this came out last year, written and directed by Ruben Östlund. And it's about a bunch of rich people who go on this cruise, and the weather turns bad, things go bad, and things sort of progress from there. It's kind of one of those uncomfortable movies. So the second scene, it is a man who is a model and a woman who, I think she's also a model, but like an influencer. And you get the feeling they're kind of just together to like boost their own clout, both of their own, like boost their clouts together. But this scene is them at a restaurant talking about who's going to pay the bill. And it felt like it went on for an hour, and I wanted to climb out of my own skin while watching it. It was so uncomfortable.
But is that a good thing? Like, is that what's intended?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, that's what's intended. And like, there's like payoff down the road, but it was just so uncomfortable. And it was good. But and you think this argument's gonna end, and it doesn't, and it goes on and on and on. But eventually they find themselves on this boat, and the captain, who's Woody Harrelson, is basically just drunk in his cabin for most of the time. And you see the other guests on the boat and sort of see what they're doing. And then eventually things start going really bad. And then things get kind of gross, well, a lot gross and uncomfortable. And it also has one of those, like, it's very sort of class conscious about the guests on this cruise versus the people working on the cruise. Like, you see the people working in the, in the engine room, and the people who are the cleaners, and the people who are like the hospitality services, and sort of the different levels of all of them. And it was really good, like very unsubtle in its criticism, but like that's okay, because it was very entertaining. It was kind of one of those that just sort of got better as it went, because at first it was just like, oh, uncomfortable, and then it's like, oh, that's why it's so uncomfortable. And
did you like it better than The Menu?
I did like it better than The Menu. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. So when you say, like, you said it like got really gross and such, like, what kind of gross are we talking about? Talking about like body horror gross? Are we talking about like uncomfortable gross or, you know?
Body gross. The ship hits a storm and everyone gets seasick.
Oh, that kind of gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. That must have been a fun day at the shoot.
During dinner, yeah, everyone gets seasick. And it's
delicious.
a long scene, just like all of them.
Kind of like when we also, I mean, we don't have it on our list. We watched The Karate Kid, and I loved your comment. Was like, why are these scenes so long?
Okay, wax on, wax off. We get it. Come on.
And it's so true. Rewatching it, you're like, why is it so? No wonder why this movie is 2 hours long. It could have been an hour and a half. You just cut all the crap.
Yeah. It's like we know what's going on. And then Ralph needs to find a news article to tell us exactly what's going on in case we didn't get it from the last 6 minutes. Like,
yeah. But interesting, cool. Yeah, I heard about Triangle of Sadness, and I saw a lot of similarities, at least from like the description I read from it. You know, the class and the rich suck kind of deal to it, which is both a similar theme as that to the Menu, and you liked it more. So where'd you watch it? Was that HBO? Do I need to go watch it? Do I need to feel sick? Do I need to not eat anything beforehand?
I don't know what streaming service it was on.
No worries, I'll find it.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. But I will definitely not be eating things like olives. Like I'm trying to fish out olives out of my drink right now.
So what else? What else have you watched?
What else have I watched? So I watched The Banshees of Inisherin, which is a new movie by Martin McDonagh. I'm not Irish. Martin McDonagh? Which is, so Martin McDonagh did In Bruges. Have you ever seen In Bruges?
I love In Bruges. That's so good. Yeah.
So good. Also a Ralph Fiennes movie. He's excellent. Ralph Fiennes, unfortunately, is not in this one. But the other two leads, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. Brendan Gleeson, I think his name is, are in this movie. And pretty much it's about them two. They are BFFs forever, living on this island off the coast of Ireland. So they're still Irish, but off the coast of Ireland. And it's 1923. So it's during the Irish Civil War that happened for like 9 months or something like that. Irish history, no idea. But so you can hear gunshots every once in a while in the background. But it's about these two BFFs. And Colin Farrell, so like the opening scene is Colin Farrell so happy and cute walking down the road. He's going to his buddy's house because what do they do as Irishmen every single day? They go to the pub at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Go to the pub at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they have a pint and they talk about nothing and just live their lives on this little island in the 1920s in Ireland. And the catalyst or the starting point to this is he goes there. And his buddy, Brendan Gleeson, is sitting in the house. He's knocking on the door. He's not coming out. He's like, what's going on? What's happening? Brendan Gleeson decides he doesn't want to be his friend anymore because he's boring.
What else is there to do, though?
I know, it's so sad. So it starts off like it sounds like he's just a complete asshole because like who doesn't want to be friends with sweet little Colin Farrell who just wants to talk about, he's like, you know, he calls him the simpleton. He's like, I'm tired of hearing about you talk about your fucking donkey. And I'm like, but his donkey is so cute. Colin Farrell lives with his sister, who is like the only sane person. So the movie is really about the relationship between Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson and the depression that these people are going through living on this island and not doing anything with their lives.
Right.
Colin Farrell's sister lives there and she's like, I need to get out because y'all are driving me fucking insane because you don't talk about anything. There's nothing to do on this island. I need to get off. So she's trying to get off the island and it turns so fucking insane. Like you think like it's just a relationship thing? No. They take it to their fucking word. I'm going to put spoiler warnings all over this mother trucking thing right now because I just could not believe this actually happened. And I'm going to say it because I don't give a fuck anymore. And if you want to watch it and you already know where this is going to head,
we've got chapter markings on these.
Chapter
skip to the
markings.
next one.
I will put whatever the next chapter marking is in, because I put a lot of effort to put those chapter markings in. So Brendan Gleeson goes up to Colin Farrell, is like, if you talk to me again, Colin Farrell, again, don't know his name, I will chop off my finger. Because you don't, because Colin Farrell just keeps going up to him. He's like, what do you want me to do? I don't understand. Like, he's trying to remedy the relationship and he tries to like make things better. And he's like, I just want you to not talk to me because I'm tired of you. And that's it. That's all he gives him. It's so fucking sad.
That's so sad.
And then he tells him, if you don't stop talking to me, next time you talk to me, I'm chopping off my finger. And he's like, no, you won't. I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, so he talks to him again. And he chops off his fucking finger.
Oh, okay.
And then it keeps escalating more.
Oh boy. Okay.
Until
all right, I guess he's serious about this.
They get so serious in terms of what they say they're going to do. And it's a commentary on depression, boredom, friendships. Sorry, Pam, I'm not cutting off my finger, but
I hope not.
It was interesting. It was good. I liked it. It's very much like in Bruges, where it makes you uncomfortable in some points. You know, just like we're doing this. Cool. Yeah. Like that. Not as good as in Bruges, of course. Colin Farrell's a bit younger and hotter, but it's fine. But I enjoyed it. Beautifully shot. Ireland never looked fucking better. I've been to Ireland twice, and Ireland's never looked fucking better. And yeah, just wow, that's a movie.
All right. Yeah, I should watch that because a couple of people have recommended it now, so I should give it a go.
If anything, just to watch Colin Farrell will be so happy as he's walking down the street.
And then sad.
And then sadness. And then more sadness. And just, oh my God. Oh. Anywho, we have to move on. I'm going to start spoiling the whole thing. I'm like, and then this, and Colin Farrell was so sad. So good. Anywho, what else have you watched?
So I also watched the new Knives Out. Actually, I watched both Knives Out since we last talked. So Glass Onion, which is the new one by Rian Johnson, and I thought it was a ton of fun. It's just, it's ostensibly a murder mystery, but not really. Like, it's more about other things. Again, there's like a huge commentary on sort of class and rich people and billionaires, especially. Edward Norton plays this billionaire who's just like a total tool, and he plays it so well. Daniel Craig gets himself invited to this island where Edward Norton and his group of friends, who he calls the Disruptors, meet every year. He sets up like a murder mystery for them to do. He sends them this elaborate puzzle box to even get their invitation to this. And the cast of characters is really fun. Like, Kate Hudson is so fun. She's like she used to be a supermodel, like a big time model, and now she's kind of over it and she's really problematic now. Dave Bautista is like a manosphere streamer person. Catherine Hahn is a low-level politician. There's a scientist. Like, there's a bunch of people who are all in this guy's group and sort of hanging on to him because he's this billionaire who can give them sort of everything they need. And they go there to solve this mystery, and it turns into like a completely different mystery as it goes. And I just thought it was incredibly fun. The costume designs in particular were amazing. Like, everything Kate Hudson wears, everything Janelle Monáe wears. Janelle Monáe is like amazing in this. Just everyone has such amazing clothes, and I'm jealous. And it was, just very puzzly and quick and clever. I've heard a lot of people don't like it as much as the first one, so I rewatched the first one, and it is, I feel like, as a mystery, more obvious than the first one was, but I still just found it like incredibly entertaining the whole
Still
way
fun.
through. Yeah, it was really fun.
Good. Sometimes you just need fun. Like,
Mhm.
sometimes I just don't care if it's better than the previous. As long as I'm having fun watching it,
Exactly.
who cares? The characters are great. The costumes are great. I mean, come on. I will love a good costume and good makeup. Just give me that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've actually felt bad for Catherine Hahn because she's the one character. She's just like a kind of a suburban mom who's in a low-level politics, and all of her clothes are just like beige. Everyone's wearing these fantastic costumes, and she's just in these like beige pantsuits or skirt suits or whatever they're called. Like,
Like, I want to be fun. No fun.
Yeah, but I thought it was a lot of fun. Very, very entertaining.
That's good. That's good to know Ryan Johnson can do things outside of Star Wars.
I mean, I think he's better known for things outside of Star Wars.
I think so too.
Although I liked his Star Wars, but
you did?
his was the best of the new Star Wars.
Oh.
The second one, Last Jedi. Yeah, it was the best one.
I mean, they're all trash. Let's be real. They're all trash.
Well, the third one's trash. The first one's mediocre. The second one's good.
The first one is fan service. The second
Yeah.
one, I'm just like, the fuck are we on this island with these fucking things that run traces? And I'm just like, what is happening here? I don't get it. And then the third one is just like dumpster fire. But cool, we disagree on something. I love it. I mean, if anything, who cares? Because it's fucking new Star Wars, and I really don't give a shit. I love that we disagree on that.
That's another thing where after the third movie, I was just like, man, I don't care about this anymore. Kind of like Game of Thrones. Like,
yeah. Like you watch. I got rid of Disney Plus, so I haven't even seen the new Andor or anything. I did watch the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian.
Yeah, I watched the Mandalorian. I didn't watch Andor is supposed to be really good, and there was another one in the middle, the Boba Fett. I didn't watch that either because I just got burnt out. Marvel and Star Wars. It's like I don't need to watch any more of those for a number of years. Thank you.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. I'm good.
I play Marvel's Midnight Suns every day, but
yeah, that's different though. That's different.
That's different.
That's different. 1000% different. But good. I'm glad you like Glass Onion. I've been I like Knives Out a lot, so I've been meaning to watch that and life.
Yeah.
And such.
Yeah, Knives Out. The first third, like as it's introducing all of its characters, is like impeccable. It's like perfect. Like they're like second and third are like still very good, but like a little bit of a step down. But when it's just like introducing the whole family, it's just like, oh, so good.
Great movie. I loved it. So fun. Oh.
Although now I can't look at Anna de Armas without seeing fucking Marilyn Monroe in that awful blonde movie.
God, that was so bad.
So bad.
Such an awful movie.
It was terrible.
Poor girl. Why did you do that?
All right. Let's move on from that because I'm pretty sure we've complained about that one enough. What else have you watched?
Last movie I watched. So I had seen this movie many, many years ago, but I had remembered nothing about it. And I'd always see it on everybody's top whatever list as a greatest movie of all time. So it is Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World, which is from like 2000.
Russell Crowe?
What's that?
With Russell Crowe?
Yes, with Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe from 2003. So not chubby yet, Russell Crowe. So still good looking Russell Crowe, like post Gladiator, a couple years. And so people always talk about like the cinematography and the historical connection that this movie has, like how historically accurate it is. And I saw it again probably 20 years ago whenever it first came out, and I don't remember a goddamn thing. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm watching it. I don't care. It's by Peter Weir, who also did like The Truman Show, Dead Poets Society. And it was fucking fantastic. So Russell Crowe is the captain of the HMS Surprise, which is a fake ship. The story itself is very much fake. It didn't really happen, but the setting and stuff, like it's based off of these short stories by this author in like the 1800s, the HMS Surprise. And it's a English ship that is getting hunted down, that's pretty much being chased by a larger French ship. So the English ship, which is the HMS Surprise, has like 20 guns. And this French one, which is faster and bigger and has like 40 something guns, is like hunting them down. And they're all going through the Atlantic and through the Magellan Strait and all over the Pacific, trying to find it and hunt it down. That's pretty much the story. And it was so well done. The characters are all fucking fantastic. It goes into like social commentary, the differences between the captains and the crew, like who and what you should do for your king and country. And like the battle sequences are all super accurate in terms of like, you got to attack and you know, like the shooting of the guns. And what was most impressive was the sound design. Because you think like when a cannon hits a wooden ship and all that wood splinters and shoots everywhere, the sound that it made in the movie was like, oh God. It was amazing. So well done. The sound design just blew my mother trucking mind. I loved it. And so I could see why it is part of everybody's like top movie lists, because it is incredibly well made, beautifully shot. And Russell Crowe's a terror. He was in the top of the world then, you know, like fucking fantastic. So yeah.
Master and Commander is not the same as Sharp, right? Those are different
Sharp
dudes. Sharp, the Sean Bean series.
Oh,
no, where he was a boat man. Story. I don't know words, nautical words. I don't think. I think I confuse them, but I think they're different things. Maybe. Because of books, I've confused them from when I worked at Chapters, and we just put all the nautical books in one place.
Maybe. It also, I feel like it's a very much like when I see that name, Master and Commander, I'm like, is that a video game?
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
But no idea. It could be, because it's based off of novels that some guy wrote that has, you know, a do tie into some actual historical events that do happen. But again, total not true. Historically, but great movie.
Right.
Great fucking movie. If you like 1800s shit, watch it. Last one. Is it the last one? Oh, we love Nick Cage.
Last one. So the last movie I watched was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, a movie where Nick Cage plays himself. He's a big movie star, as he is, and his number one fan, who's this rich dude, wants to hire him to come to his birthday party, basically. And Nick Cage is in some financial dire straits, as he has been in real life, just because he buys dinosaurs and shit. So he goes to this party, and his biggest fan is Pedro Pascal.
Oh, who we love.
Amazing.
Who fucking love.
He's only in good things. I've also been watching The Last of Us, but I won't talk about that yet.
We won't talk about that yet. We're going to talk about that when it ends, because so am I. Yes.
Yeah. And I just found this really hilarious. Like, I found it very entertaining, just Nick Cage playing himself. At one time he's like talking to a younger version of himself who's, you know, giving him sort of life advice. Pedro Pascal, of course, has written the screenplay, and he wants Nick Cage to read it to see if it's any good, and they start sort of like making this story together, and it was just very entertaining. Like, I found it pretty hilarious all the way through. So yeah, I recommend it. Were you there at the Nick Cage trivia?
No.
Oh, because I feel like you were here though when we split up the
Yes.
box of prizes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You
Mhm.
got, for
Yeah.
context, Pam does trivia
Yeah.
stuff, and they did a Nick Cage trivia. I was not
Yeah,
there
there
for,
was-
but I was there when they gave out the prizes, and I was like, I'll get sunglasses,
Yes.
even though I didn't participate.
My team got second in a Nick Cage trivia. We lost to a single person who was just like the Nick Cage expert, apparently, but we got all kinds of swag from this movie. I have like a large t-shirt that I still sleep in, and like some sunglasses and a pint glass. So yeah, I had all this like stuff from this movie, but I had never seen the movie before, so finally watched the movie, and it was very, very hilarious.
That's good. I mean, I honestly, I still love some of Nick Cage's movies. They're very hit or miss. Because, like I think we talked about it in a previous episode. I watched Pig, which I absolutely loved. Like, I thought he was fantastic. But then you get some of his other movies and you're like, the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
But it's good to know he can still play himself.
Did a very good job of playing himself, and him and Pedro Pascal just like bounced off each other really, really well.
God, who doesn't love Pedro Pascal? If you don't love Pedro Pascal, deal breaker.
And I've just been watching like interviews of him with Bella
Ramsey?
What's her name? Bella Ramsey, and they're just like, they're so fucking cute.
I love him so much. God, how is this man like become so successful so late in life? Like, who heard about him before he was on Game of Thrones? And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, boom, baby, just like, I'm gonna be
Just
in
everywhere.
Narcos. I'm gonna be in like
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Oh my God,
Mhm.
so good. He's so fantastic. I love him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's all for movies and shows and things. I think we have a much quicker look at video games and what we've been playing. I've just been adding things, just be like, oh, I need to talk about something.
Same, pretty much the same. Yep. You can, I guess, you just went. I'll go first because mine's gonna
You
be
go
real
first.
fast because this one I dropped off so fast and hard.
I don't think I even brought this because I dropped off it so fast.
I was like, I needed to add something, so I did. So I downloaded because I saw it was on Game Pass. It looked cool on the trailer. I'm like, ooh, this looks cool. I'm gonna try it. Called Moonscars, and pretty much by Pam's reaction, 1000%. It is a Metroidvania. The pixel art's interesting. It was different. It's a Metroidvania where you play this, like, I don't know, this thing where you get sucked in to make more clones of your thing for gods.
I don't remember what the story was.
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't know. But what made me most annoyed about it, and when it tried to be very Souls-like, and I'm like, I'm over it.
And just really difficult for no reason.
No reason. I'm like,
so punishing. And the worse you do, the harder it gets.
yeah.
I hate that.
No. I'm like, why am I dying to this? Like, it was very much like Soldiers, where I'm like, I should not be dying to this fucking minion thing right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I keep dying. So I'm like, well, I guess I've lost my monies.
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah. Yeah. You lose your stuff, but then if you lose it a few times, it turns into like a blood moon and everything just gets harder. It's like, wow, okay.
Thanks,
I
buddy.
couldn't do it on normal. Do you think I can do it now? Like,
Yeah. Let's make it harder on me. Great. Thanks. Appreciate that. So, yeah, dropped off real hard and fast because
didn't like it at all. No.
game, I understand you want to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a
But it's like
terrible
right
gamer.
Off the bat. Like,
Off the
there's
bat.
not even like an on ramp where it's like, okay, I'm getting used to it. It's just like, boom, real difficult, real fast.
Yeah, don't punch me in the face. At least buy me dinner
Yeah.
first.
At least buy me dinner. You know, a little light
Jesus.
choking, but don't punch me. Come on.
I was about to go real.
Yes.
So yeah, not a fan. Not a
No.
fan. Was not. Nope. Hard drop real fast. I even uninstalled it, so I don't give a fuck. Anywho, that's Moonscars for you kids. What's your game?
That's Moonscars. So I sort of played Transistor. Transistor is one of the super giant games. They made Hades and Bastion, and I love them and all their games. Transistor is one where gameplay wise, I've never, like, it was never my favorite gameplay wise. It's kind of like a turn-based sort of deal, although you can do it non-turn-based, but you can like stack up your attacks and you have to like equip different modules, and different attacks cost different things. So it's like a little puzzly in terms of combat, which never really jived with me. But in terms of the art style and especially the music, it's always been like one of my favorite games. So I had lent my Switch to a friend so that he could play all the Supergiant games, and so he had played like the first half, and then I went over and he's like, here, you play. I was like, okay. And I was like, first of all, the combat system is weird in the sense that just being handed a controller halfway through the game when you haven't played it in 6 years is like, what do I do? But eventually I figured it out, and we just sort of passed the controller back and forth until we beat the game. And again, it's still not my favorite combat, but the music and how it incorporates and changes with the gameplay is so good. And the voiceover of you're carrying around the Transistor, which is basically like this giant sword, and he's like the narrator of the game, and he talks to you in a super sexy voice, and the music's super good. So I finished, I played the last half of Transistor. The only new game I've beaten since we last talked.
It's funny because you mentioned Transistor when we were just like talking in normal life. And I was like, oh, I want to play one of these super passive games because I just, God damn it, stop naming your shit.
All the time.
Stop
I do that all the time.
Good. Yeah. I know.
Supermassive is the
Until Dawn
one.
Just, I can't. Yeah. Stop naming it super. Just name it something else. God, giant, whatever, whoever the fuck you were fucking called. Anyhow, you had mentioned Transistor. I was like, ooh, I want to play a Supergiant game. So I looked it up on like Xbox, and it wasn't on there. And I'm like,
not on Xbox.
Fuck. But Bastion was on there, so I'll talk about Bastion in a second. But Transistor, I wanted to play, and I was going to play because it looked more turn-based-y. And me, a fan of turn-based-y things, I was like, ooh, I'm jiving. But especially if the music is really good. I'm a fan. Do you have the vinyl of it? Because I know you were on a mission to get all of the Supergiant games on vinyl. You have that on vinyl?
I've got Transistor. That's one of my most played. The one I'm missing is Pyre, which is also the game that's just been relegated to the PS4 and PC. They're like not porting it, despite how amazingly successful Hades has been. They're just like, nah, we're just gonna leave our third game on these other systems.
You know what? Good for them. They'd be like, fuck
what do you mean good for them?
I
put it on Xbox.
I know they're pouring all their resources into Hades 2 at this point. Probably they're just like, fuck it, because I know porting into things is like hard work. But you should still do it. And I want it. Like, I wanted Transistor on Xbox, so I'd plan on the fucking Xbox, because even though I have my Switch literally hooked up to my TV, I'm like, meh. Didn't want it. But cool. I will look forward to Transistor after I beat Bastion, which is the game I will talk about next, because that's a good transition. Look at that transition.
It is. Look at it.
God.
Segues for days.
So yes, I'm getting towards the end of Bastion. I haven't quite completed it yet. I'm collecting shards at this point. I've completed the first round of things. I'm just collecting shards. And oh my God, is this game fucking beautiful. And the voice actor is just sexy for days.
It's the same narrator.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
They use all the same voice actors, the same woman singing songs. Like,
when it hit that song, I was like, really?
So good.
I was like, I'm just gonna sit here. I put the controller down. I was like, sat there and listened to it for like a good 10 minutes. I was like, I'm for this. I was like, wait, Pam has this on vinyl. I was like, how much is this gonna cost me now to get on vinyl? Probably a lot. I'm gonna hunt.
Probably a lot. I think they're gonna reprint things at some point. But if you wanted to get one now, it would probably cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hunt. I'm gonna play this game. But it is so fucking good. So it's like it's a kind of roguelike, even though I feel like I'm pretty bad.
It's not roguelike.
No, I don't die very much. So I'm good.
Mhm.
You're just like kind of adventure-y going through each level, and you complete the level and you go back to your hub and you upgrade your things. And
Mhm.
it's so beautifully designed. The world builds in front of you as you're running through it. It's just so your
It's
little
so nice,
dude.
yeah.
It's so nice. And I love the little weapon set I have, and I can't get away from it. Like, I just want my shotgun and my sword.
Yeah, of course. Surprise. you have a shotgun.
Obviously. Like, it gives you a new weapon. Like, when you get a new weapon, it like automatically equips it to you. So you'd be like, try this. And I'm like, meh. I don't want it. Give me back my shoddy. But it's so beautiful, so well done. I'm loving every minute of it. It's just great. I can't believe I have not been playing these developers' games or this developer's games. Like,
They're so good. Like,
they're
honestly,
so good.
I love the gameplay. I think Bastion is my favorite in terms of gameplay because it's just sort of the most straightforward kind of action-y gameplay. Hades takes a lot of that. Like, it's got a lot of the similar weapons and everything, but it does the roguelite things where you have to keep repeating things. But in terms of music and visuals, like, there's no better games. These are like the best. The best games for those.
The best. The fucking
Yeah.
best. It's so and bright and colorful. Nothing is dark and I can't see a fucking thing, you know? Like, and there's so many. All right, tiny complaint. Some of the monsters are kind of the same.
Okay.
That
There's
lit-
gas bags and
that's literally it. But you still have a larger variety of them. It's not like you're seeing the same two monsters all the time.
yeah.
But the gas baggy ones, I'm like, fuck. Or the pillars that shoot the different things, and I'm like, the one pillar that throws fire, I'm just gonna sit back and shoot it for 10 minutes. 'Cause I'm like, I'm not dealing with that shit. But it's still so good. And I will complete this. I mean, I'm right at the end, I think. Ish. I've collected a couple shards at this point, so I'm probably like maybe an hour or two left into the game. So love it. Just fucking love it. Can't just
I'm so
over the
glad you
moon.
played it.
over the fucking moon for this fucking game, and I just fucking love it. So what else have you played?
Good question.
Good question. Good thing we have a sheet for this.
So just yesterday, we decided to take on a new game for our Wednesday game night, and we started playing Warhammer Vermintide 2. Yes, I think that's what it's called.
Sure.
And it's a 4-player co-op in the Warhammer universe, which I don't know anything about. You play some guys who fight some large rat dudes. I didn't pay any attention to the cutscenes or anything,
I
but
skipped
there's
them.
5 different classes you can choose between. I do quite like the classes, so I picked the Pyromancer, which I really like, just lobbing fireballs at people. I really like my class because everyone else has like it's kind of more of a brawler. Like, it's not a shooter. Like, you're mainly meleeing, and then you've got like a bow and arrow or fireballs like I do. So everyone else has to deal with ammo. And I was like, haha, suckers, I have no ammo. I just have this magic meter. And I'm surprised I had the self-control to go at least until until level 3, before I realized if I fill my magic meter, I just immolate myself and die. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. That sounds like something I would do. Just like go overboard with something.
I should have recorded it when you exploded yourself. It was so funny. I was literally looking at you, and you're like, I died. I was like, oh my God, you did. You exploded.
Yeah, I didn't realize because my special ability is like a sort of like charge forward and explode and fire and like leave a fire trail behind you, but you're fine. But this time, if you use your magic too much and it fills up, you just like catch on fire and you die. But it's pretty fun. Like, there's, different items you can use. The battles are generally pretty fun. The little quips from your characters are not overwhelming like they are in some games.
Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina, Back for Blood. And yeah, it's nice because I feel like this is the first game in a while that we've played where all of us are pretty into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I really liked how the levels don't just feel the same. Like, I just don't feel like one of the levels we had to push a minecart through the full fucking thing. You know, like that's tiny variation. And then there was one where it was like a puzzly thing. Like, you go hit that one door with the one that looked like a Metroid.
I'll tell you what symbol it is. And
yeah, things like that. Like, oh, that's so nice.
It is nice. Just like a little something extra to do that's not just like walk around and smack things.
Yes, it's so nice. Incorporate a little bit more teamwork into your things when you have a multiplayer game developers. Like, come on, I want a little puzzliness, and rather than just plowing through a bunch of army of rats. Not that I don't love that in some games, like World War Z, for example, but still, like, just that little extra makes it so
something. Yeah, I mean, even World War Z, it has like the setting up the defenses and getting ready and preparing and working together that way. So yeah, this is sort of similar like that. Like the environments have all been really nice and they've been fairly different so far. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to playing some more of that next week.
Yes, so am I, especially since this is the game that Michelle is good at.
Yes. You've been like just killing the damage meters and the kills, and you've been
never
real good at that.
Let's be real. I'm not great at FPSs or any sort of these kind of games. I've only just started since we've played these games, and I love the competition in it. Like the old, if you give me stats, also that every developer needs to add this to their multiplayer games. Give me stats. I want to compete.
Yes, stats at the end.
At the end is so
I love it.
crucial.
And it even like circles the winner on every category, which is really nice. I like that.
I love it. Like, make me feel good. Let me feel pretty. I want to feel pretty.
Yeah. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me how good I am. Come on.
Just do that for me, please. That's all a girl wants. Jesus Christ. I love the innuendos we add to these things.
Oh, baby, you're so pretty and talented.
But yes, I'm very excited for this game. I thoroughly enjoy it. I play the Elven Archer class, which I literally like because my character can double how many arrows you have. So I have like 100 arrows. So I'm just like pew 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 pew. It's so good. I love it. I'm having a great time. So yes,
I'm having a very good time with it.
So until was it Redfall comes out in like May? So hopefully this can last us. Yeah, hopefully this can last us a bit.
Yeah. I think it'll take us at least based on how far we've gotten, at least 5 weeks. I think it will last.
Yes, please.
So yeah. What else have you played?
Oh God, what have I played? Oh God, here we go.
Tell us about this.
All right. I love you, Briz. All right.
I knew how that sentence wasn't ending.
I love you, Briz, and I love our game nights. And I will continue to play this game because it's fun, like with a group. What the fuck is happening in Fallout 76? So, if you can't tell. And we're also playing this with Burger Champ, which is tons of fun. All right, so we're playing Fallout 76 now. Why? Briz likes Fallout. And I'm like, I'll try a Fallout. I've never played a Fallout game before, so I'm going into this knowing absolutely nothing about anything else in this series. And I know that Fallout 76 is the outlier in terms of this sucks. And how I feel about this. So Fallout 76, you just start off as a dude in a bunker and things sort of like the apocalypse has happened and shit hits the fan and you got to go out and do missions. Very much like kind of Uncharted kind of deal where you just like have missions and such all over the place. Open world.
Missions in Uncharted?
Is there? You go and create bases, or I don't know, you do side missions. There's like a task list, or maybe like Dying Light. Like Dying Light.
Oh, okay.
It's like Dying Light, where you just have an open world and you just go do things for other people.
Yeah.
But what wasn't in Dying Light that is in Fallout is you pick up fucking everything under the fucking sun.
I'm gonna preface this with saying I love you, Burger, but is Burger just fucking wandering off, picking up everything under the fucking sun, and you want to murder him a little bit?
I want to murder everything in this fucking game. So yeah.
Okay.
And I love me. All right. This game makes me realize and makes me miss Elden Ring so fucking much because one, the text is incredibly small all over the mother trucking place. Two, every fucking game. And when we were playing Vermintide, the text is incredibly
also
very small. Yeah. Whereas in Elden Ring, there's no text because there's no UI. Like it's just like
we don't have to worry about that.
We don't have to worry about it unless you go into the menu and actually look at the item you picked up. But in this game, you pick up everything.
That's one of the things I don't like about the Bethesda games, like the not the Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, the Fallout. Like I don't need to pick up fucking clipboards. Like stop! Don't let me pick up the clipboard.
Why do I need to pick up everything and then just add to my weight thing so I just can become encumbered? I'm like, do I have to pick up everything? And I love me some crafting. I love crafting, but I'm scrapping everything. And it just becomes a management of how much I can carry in my fucking backpack. And I'm like, that's okay, I guess. Okay. Whatever. So there's not much shoot right now in terms of excitement. And all I'm doing is just picking up everything under the fucking sun. And I'm hanging out with them as they build me a fucking mansion because I'm not building anything. I built a funky little shack and was like, this sucks.
This is where I sleep now.
This is where I sleep. And it's just the open worldness and the feel of it made me just miss Elden Ring because the ambiguity of Elden Ring and the ability to just go off and do whatever I fucking wanted and not have things screaming at me all the time is very prevalent in this game. Things are screaming at me all the time to like, you need to complete this, you need to complete this, you need to do this. And I'm like, but why? I don't like it. I love you, Briz, but I don't like it. I'm going to continue playing it because honestly, I do love running around with you bimbos in this thing. But I'm scrapping fucking everything and keeping one gun and just upgrading that one gun. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. So yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
All right. I'm not totally surprised.
Yeah. It really just makes me miss the UI of Elden Ring. The simplicity of From Software and the Dark Souls games where you're just like, just go. Have fun. Don't worry about me screaming to do things all the time.
No 7,000 quest markers and like
I have no idea. This map drives me fucking insane. Like you have the little bottom meter thing where your compass is and like where you're supposed to be going. I'm like, guys, I'm just following you. I'm not looking at the fucking map. I refuse to look at the map. So yeah, Fallout not for me.
No, that's all right. That's all right. You don't have to like every game. So I just added this because I had nothing to talk about, but I'm still playing Midnight Suns. I'm probably like more than 40 hours in at this point.
Maybe.
I now have Wolverine. I now have Wanda in my party. I still am having a ton of fun with it. And I think I talked about it last time, so I'm not going to say too much. And it was in my top 10 of 2022 video that I put out recently. So it's a good game. I like it. I don't want to stop playing. I'm actually kind of considering buying the season pass because Deadpool's in the season pass. And I was like, how long can I extend this game out so I'm only playing this and not actually finishing any other thing?
That's such a good thing. That's such a good thing.
Oh, and an update because I talked about Grime last time and how I was stuck on a boss. I beat the boss. I am no longer stuck in Grime.
Yes! Progress!
Yes.
Ooh, burp. Progress! Oh, so good. Let's go on to pickups because I have a problem, Pam. And we're already like an
know
hour
you
and a half
do.
in. We're already an hour
I
and a half
know.
into this, so I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
It'll take me a fucking week to edit this. But I have a problem with vinyls. And so
I've realized that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we went to MagFest for like the 5 minutes we spent at the convention,
We're the worst, and I don't care.
we're the worst. I'm like, hey everyone, I'm gonna be at MagFest. Come say hello to me. Except I'm not actually there. Whatever. So I got the Hollow Knight Gods and Nightmares vinyl,
yeah.
which is the DLC of the Grimm Troop. Yeah.
And I got the regular one because I wanted to be
regular.
basic bitch.
Yeah, I've already got that one. So it's nice. I'm not usually a picture disc fan, but everything that Fangamer makes, and I've got a lot of their shit now, is so high quality. Like this still sounds fantastic, even though it's a picture disc. I've got so much stuff. Oh, I don't even have my t-shirt. I bought a Hades t-shirt. I've got
You
my
wore that
favorite
in a
pajama
video.
pants. I did recently, maybe in my top 10 thing. I also bought a little hornet pin, but it's already on my backpack and I'm not taking it off. And then, because I do like seeing the art there, but I feel like my walls are kind of filled up in terms of how art goes. But I found this one place that I really like the art, so I got a vinyl. Is it a slip mat? What is it called?
Sure.
The whatever it's called, but you know, the thing that goes on your turntable and then the records sit on it. So it's just like I just liked this art, so I bought this as well. But that's really all of my pickups.
We really blew through MagFest. Like we were the worst.
We were the worst. We went on Thursday.
Yeah,
for a
we went
couple
on Thursday and that
hours.
was it.
And then we're like, that's enough. That's enough MagFest. We have this amazing house. We're just gonna stay here for the rest of the weekend.
We're gonna just stay and drink and drink
Drink
in
in
the
a
hot tub.
Yeah. It's fine. I have zero regrets about how I spent my MagFest.
Zero fucking regrets. It was the most amazing week. I had such a great time. We ate good. We drank good. Everything.
Oh my god, everyone's so good at cooking. Burger made me a cheesecake. Like amazing.
It was such an amazing week.
Good friends, good times.
Good times.
Other people went to the convention. It was like, yeah, okay, you know, you do.
They went to concerts and we just watched it on stream on Twitch. We're like, we're there. We're fine. We're good.
Fine.
Everything's good. Okay, so I'll blow through this quickly because Michelle has a problem with pre-ordering shit. I have Phantasy Star 2, even though I never played a Phantasy Star game. It's fine. It's a beautiful vinyl. This is from like Ship to Shore. Just love the artwork on it. So I was like, yeah, gotta have it. I got this the other day. Again,
These olives are delicious. Sorry.
I fucking love olives. I've been just like destroying these olives.
Especially just gin-soaked olives.
Oh, gin soaked olives are the best. So I got Piano Collection's Chrono Trigger, which but from the Materia store, which is fantastic because I love the music in Chrono Trigger, even though I've never played the fucking game into completion because I'm the worst fucking RPG gamer in the world apparently, but I don't care. Time travel not my thing. I just, whatever. So,
Also, there's too many characters in that game.
says the woman who played Suikoden, but it's fine.
Wait. Oh, I'm thinking of Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is too many.
Chrono
characters,
Cross
not
is
Chrono Trigger.
way
Sorry.
too many.
I never finished that one. Okay, yeah.
I do have Chrono Cross over there. But beautiful, great compilation. Love it. Okay, so then I went to a video game store and got Pikachu. This is Pikachu and Eevee. Like, look how fucking cute this is.
I love that art. That's so cute.
It's just black, so I won't
Yes.
open it up. But it's from what is it? I don't play fucking Pokemon games, and I buy these
Pokemon games.
one of the Pokemon games. It's like Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee is what this game is from. And again, not Pokemon gaming. I've never played a fucking Pokemon, but look how fucking cute you are. Had to have it.
Very cute. Yes.
Again, games I don't play, Demon Souls.
That is honestly some of my favorite cover art.
Yeah.
I've never played Demon Souls, but every time I see that, I was like, oh, I want it just because that cover art, but I've never played it, so I'm not going to buy it.
And it's gold.
Oh,
It's
nice.
so sexy and like look at that. It's very Elden Ringy. That I mean, it's Demon Soulsy because Elden Ring derives from that. Whatever. But yeah, fucking loved this. And so again, have to buy things that Michelle does not play. But you know what? It's fine. And then I got a couple actual ones. So fun one first is my dad is obsessed with Cheech and Chong.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me based on what you've told me about him.
Yeah, obsessed with Cheech and Chong. So this is Cheech and Chong's Big Man Bean. And what's the best part about this one is this. So this is a comedy album. And I'm not really one for comedy albums, but fuck it, I don't care. But this comes with a huge piece of paper that's supposed to roll a blunt. You know, like a huge blunt.
A giant blunt. Amazing.
And it actually has the paper in it, which is he's been on the hunt for. So he's like, I'm getting it, Michelle. I'm like, cool. Got it for me.
Is it like cigar paper or is it like
it's like actual
rolly paper?
Rolly paper. It's actual weed paper. It's a huge piece of weed paper. In the whole psychedelic theme, my father also bought for me Yes. This is a double album of Yes songs. So Yes is a psychedelic rock band from the 70s, which is fantastic.
Love psychedelic.
90, whatever that album was, I'll put it up here somewhere, is one of their famous ones with like Owner of a Lonely Heart, Roundabout, Changes. But this, Owner of a Lonely Heart, much better than a... So this is them. This is pre that though. So some of they used a lot of fucking music. So I have this now, fun double album. Robin Trower, which is my new favorite 3-piece group. Robin Trower, I have Bridge of Sighs, which is one of the first vinyls that my dad bought for me. Again, I'm such an old man with this music. I get so much from my dad. But this music is fucking fantastic. And so I love Robin Trower, great guitarist. And then finally, because one of my favorite bands of all times, and probably what got me into rock music even initially, was Metallica. This is the Black Album. You can tell because there's nothing fun about it.
Black. Yeah.
But I got Metallica Black Album because it's for me personally, it's their best album. So Baby's first Metallica album, and yeah,
it's funny when I hear the Black Album, I think Jay-Z and not Metallica.
Oh, but I also have 2 video games. Jesus Christ, I have them up here. All right, so we all hate limited run, don't we?
Yeah, they're not. I don't support them.
This is the last time I have supported limited run, and I bought this a fucking year ago.
I am kind of jealous just because of how much I love this game, but
I bought Astalon.
fantastic game.
Fucking fantastic game. And I bought this literally a year ago. I pre-ordered this and it finally came a year later. And it comes with a cute map. I got cute magnets on my thing.
Oh, a map. I love maps.
I love maps and an art book and such. So it's very well done. It took a fucking year and I will never support anything from Limited Run again.
A year I feel like is not even that long for them.
Which is sad.
Which is sad.
I gave you $90 a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking year ago.
I'm not into that.
Not into that. I'm sorry. I can understand a couple months. I can understand a lot of different things. But if you were trying to push at me that this is going to come out soon and just never, I'm sorry. I don't care that much. I've already played it. This is just literally for shits and giggles. And I've already opened it because I don't care anymore. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to play it because I've already played it. But so I got
fantastic game though. Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. I love Astalon. I still have it downloaded on my Xbox because I refuse to uninstall it. Like, just in case. And the last game I got, so when we hung out for my birthday's in May, and we hung out, we made our happy little music video of Pass Me That Herb.
Pass me that herb.
Pass me that herb. The second day, you took a nap on the porch.
I took it. That was like the best nap. Honestly, sorry if I can interrupt this. When I was just like, boys, move this futon onto the porch for me. I would like to nap in the sun. That was like the best nap. After like staying up until 4 a.m. doing karaoke and then just like porch nap, amazing. Although I am sad that I missed. Although I did hear a little bit of.
You can hear me screaming.
I can hear some screaming, yeah.
But Pam took a nap on the porch in Richmond, Virginia, and me and a couple of our other friends played Nickelodeon Guts, which is the worst fucking game on the face of the fucking planet. But did I have to have it after playing it and just screaming at the TV for 30 minutes? Yes. Yes, I did. So my father's really into like going, like searching auctions and such. So he found this game at an auction with a bundle lot. Just look good, like Friends and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, all complete in box SNES games. And so he specifically got this for me because I told him, Dad, find me Nickelodeon Guts.
I feel like that lot had a number of pretty good things in it.
Oh, it did.
And
it
Nickelodeon
did.
Guts.
and Nickelodeon Guts.
Yeah.
And he got it for me at like $300 or whatever it was. It was like 12 games, which is like a steal comparatively. Like this game alone costs like $100 now on price charting. It's insane.
Does it?
Yes, we're looking it up now.
Jesus.
Price charting. Like I'm just gonna go Guts. Look, oh my God.
I have to say about this dirty martini, when it's not ice cold,
it sucks.
it's not very good. It's kind of hard to stomach.
So complete in box as of today is $110.
Just in case you couldn't see my reaction.
Oh, I'll highlight it. I'll zoom in on that shit and be like, the fuck? Right? It's stupid how the SNES games are, especially cardboard SNES, and this cardboard is like it's been never fucking opened. This one.
Wow.
It's sexy.
Maybe the people knew something that you didn't know. They're just like, oh, this game's shit. I'm not going to open it.
Exactly is what happened. They said, this game fucking sucks. We're not touching this bitch. And
thanks, Grandma, but I'm not playing this.
Yeah, that's what happened. Benefit to me. So yeah. Yeah, his game sucks, but did I want it because I had such a great time screaming at the TV and such fond memories of my birthday.
I did catch the final what's it called? Mountain
event
thing. Like
event.
Yeah.
The crag.
I did the crag, yeah. I did catch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. The jumping did look terrible.
Oh, it's so bad. It's the worst fucking game in the world. But it was fun. It's a great time. Good memories. Good memories. Oh, love it. Oh, so that's it. That's our show.
It's our show. I'm trying to find our outro. If you haven't deleted it from everything. This past week, Google was yelling at me and was like, yo, you need to delete shit. So I was like, sure. So I mass deleted things and did not realize I would delete all of our previous scripts, which has all of our previous stuff. And I was like, we don't have it. We'll need to write a new one. That's fine. Thank you for listening, everybody. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening or watching. Yes. If you would like to see some other awesome podcasts, go to polymedianetwork.com and you can find them there. Yep, pretty much. If you like what you heard, whoa, that was weird. You can email us, comment on this video on YouTube. Because just comment on the video. Just comment on the video. Tell us what your favorite kind of martini is. Yes. What is your favorite martini or martini variation? Do you like an espresso martini, which honestly is a girly fucking drink, but that's cool. Girly drinks are fine. Girly drinks are fine. Even though our audience is 100% male. Yes. But girly drinks are honestly superior. Like, what do you want? Do you want a fucking beer? Or do you want a delicious espresso martini? Exactly. Fucking IPAs. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. I love how hostile we are to our audience. I know. We're just like, we don't care. We love you, but we don't care. Gotta appreciate that. So email us if you want, but really just comment us on YouTube, but pointandrinkadventure@gmail.com, whatever. It's fine. If you have any suggestions for cocktails or wines or anything we should talk to next or play or watch, Coke and wine. We're not doing it.
I'm not fucking doing Coke and wine. That's a blasphemy. I will just put my foot down right now. I'm not fucking doing it. Coke and wine should not be in the same glass or in the same room together. Like, I can't even do Coke on its own anymore.
I don't like Coke on its own either.
No, I'm a Pepsi girl, so.
Oh, I don't like soda, so.
I really don't like soda either. The only soda I'll drink is like a fancy Fever Tree in my cocktail, and that's it.
Yeah.
Cause yeah.
But yes, that's it. Thank you so much for watching or listening.